welcome. We're going to do a circuit today. It's a pretty basic circuit. It'll hit every muscle group. Nothing too crazy. You can do this with either a band or dumbbells. Either one is fine. So either 2 dumbbells or 1 piece of resistance tubing or exercise band. And we'll go ahead and just kind of go through the exercises as we do them. So the first thing we're going to do is a sumo squat. And if you think about the big sumo wrestlers, that's kind of the thing we're going to do. I'm going to do them 2 or 3 in each direction so that you can kind of see. But while I'm facing the camera here, the idea is that it's a big wide step. You squat and you step together, wide squat, step together. Maybe I'll just keep doing them in this direction. So let's go ahead and do 12 of these. All right, you ready? These count. Here we go. Step, squat, step together, opposite direction. This one's 3 and 4. Sometimes I'll do these with a band around my thighs to provide resistance. So just know that that's an option for you too if you need to make them tougher. This one's 11 and 12. Our next exercise is a basic row. So you can either loop some exercise tubing around something and stand and row. You can actually stand on the tubing itself and lean forward and row, or you can use 2 dumbbells and row. Any of those are fine. I'll go ahead and do dumbbells on this first set and maybe do band on the next one so you can see how that is. But you're gonna grab, if you're using dumbbells, get like a medium weight. If you're using a band, just choke up enough that it's challenging for you. If you're not standing upright, it is very important that your back is flat while you do these. So I usually recommend that you bend your knees. So I'm gonna bend my knees a little bit, get my back flat, and then just row. Here we go for 12. 2, 3, keep your back flat. 4, you want to squeeze between your shoulder blades. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that is for your back. And then we're going to move into our chest and we're going to do a tap, tap, push up. You can do these modified if you need to make it a little easier. You can be on an incline if that's better for you. And if the tapping doesn't work for you because of shoulder issues, you can skip that and just do 12 push-ups. But if you can, we'll be in an upper plank position, lightly tap, tap, and then push up. So here we go for 12. Tap, tap, there's 1. And 2. 3. Make sure you're tapping lightly. 4, and not slapping yourself. 5. That's 6. Keep your core tight. You want your body in a straight line. That one's 8. 10. We got 2 more to go. And 12. Awesome. So if you are using dumbbells, you'll use a single dumbbell or 2 very light ones for our next exercise called a press out. If you're using a band, you're gonna have to just do this as more of an upright row. So what a press out looks like, I'm gonna use 1 dumbbell. Again, you can use 2 light ones. This is for the shoulders, by the way. I'll hold my dumbbell with one hand on either end. Bring it up to shoulder height. That's kind of like the upright row. Press it out and lower it down slowly. Now, if you're using a band, stand on the band and just do upright rows. The press out part won't make much difference if you have a band. You're welcome to do it anyway, but the upright row will still definitely hit your deltoids, your shoulders, and a little bit of your trapezius muscles. So let's do 12 of these. If you're using a dumbbell or dumbbells, the goal is to control the movement, particularly the eccentric phase, which is the lowering down. The negative rep, as they call it, is just as important as the positive one. So here we go. Bring it up, press it out, lower down. This one's 2. Just try and control your movements. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here come my workout buddies. 10. Hi, Shams. 11. Coppers in the hall. And 12. Awesome. Next up, we're going to do a set of curls for the biceps. And we're just going to do basic curls. You can either use dumbbells or you can stand on a band and use an exercise band or elastic tubing. So medium to heavy dumbbells, or make sure that you have enough resistance on your tubing that you actually feel these. And we're just going to do our really traditional supinated grip, which means your palms are facing up. Ready? Here we go. Try and keep your elbows by your sides, by the way. That's 1. 2, we're just going to do a set of 12. 3, control your movements. 4, remember the lowering down is just as important as the lifting. This one's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. So next up, you're going to need a chair, a couch, the edge of the bed. You can do these straight on the floor, but you'll want something that you can have your hands on if possible. We're just going to do bench dips. So as you're doing bench dips, by the way, be really careful that your hips aren't doing any of the work and that your body is not far away from the object that you're dipping on. So what I mean by that is a lot of times I see people do their bench dips like this, flinging their hips up and far away from their bench. You want to make sure not to do that. Your modification on this, if you need to, is to have your knees bent. That will take part of the weight off of your arms, your triceps. But what we're going to do is step the feet out just a little bit. I want your back to be close in to whatever you're dipping off of. Pretty big range of motion. If you can get 90 degrees at the elbows, great. Press all the way up and be careful not to throw the hips up. All right, these count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shams likes bench dips. 6, 8, 10, and 12. Awesome. Our final exercise in the circuit is for the abdominals. It's just scissors. And so you have 2 ways of doing this. Kind of depends on your neck and back. So I'm going to go ahead and come down to the floor. Trying to get at an angle here where you can see me pretty well. So the idea is that your legs are wide, crossing over, wide, crossing over. You want them as far away from you as possible, as long as you can keep your low back flat.
You can have your head on the ground if you want a little extra oomph, and release your fingers behind your neck and keep the head and shoulders up. So make sure your back is flat, but don't let your legs be vertical, otherwise you're really not doing anything. They've got to be a little bit beyond vertical. So here we go, wide, crossover, 2, 3, 4, 5, back stays flat, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's one circuit. Grab a drink of water and let's go ahead and complete a couple more rounds. Hey, welcome back. Round 2. So just to kind of show you some variations on what you can do in your circuit. If you haven't seen these booty bands or leg bands, they can be really, really helpful for increasing the load in some of your exercises. Just to kind of make it more interesting on round 2, I'm going to use this for my sumo squats, but this is just to kind of give you an idea of some of the other stuff that you can do for home workouts that are highly effective. So I'm going to put this just above my knees, just barely, not real high, just above my knees. And now we're going to do those 12 sumo squats. So if you're ready, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure your knees are as wide as your toes. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Awesome. So I told you last round I would use a band this round just to show you how that would look. Our next exercise is a row. I'm not going to loop this around anything, I'll stand on it. So I'm going to stand on it with both feet. Bend my knees a little bit, make sure my back is flat. Choke up enough that there's some effort here, and row. 1, 2, 3, squeeze your shoulder blades. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Moving on to our tap, tap, push-ups. All right, body in a straight line. And here we go. Tap, tap, push-up. Modify if you need to. Push-up for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pay attention to your core. 11, and 12. All right, coming back up to standing. Time for your press outs. Remember, if you're using dumbbells, press out lower slowly. If you're using a band, we just do it as an upright row. So obviously I've got a band. So we're gonna do this as an upright row. So here we go, and if you're pressing out, just control the negative phase of the movement. Raise, lower, slow. Raise, if you're pressing out, press out and lower, slow. 3. Let's switch my grip here. 4, 5, 6. Sham says you're doing a great job. 7. Thank you. 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Moving on to our bicep curls. If you're using a band, same thing, you're just standing on it and curling. If you're using dumbbells, you know what to do. Here we go. 1, make sure you're feeling appropriate resistance. 2, control the eccentric phase of the movement. 3, 4, be mindful of keeping your elbows by your sides. It's really important. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Awesome. Moving on to our bench dips. Remember, you want to keep your back very close to vertical and don't let your hips do any work. Knees can be bent with the feet flat or the legs can be up in front of you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Awesome. The only thing left is those scissors. So here we go. I'm going to kind of turn around the other way. Hopefully this will help as far as like visual. Hands are behind the neck if you're keeping your head and neck off the floor. Otherwise, the head is down and arms can be by your sides. You want to keep the back flat. Legs should be out. They can be up a little higher in order to keep your back flat, but if they're vertical, you're not doing anything. So you want to keep them as far out as you can and still have a flat back with your core engaged. Here we go. Legs are wide, crossover, wide, crossover. 3, 4, 5, keep your back flat. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nice job, guys. That's round 2. Hydrate. We'll whip out a 3rd round. And so just a reminder, you can do as many or as few circuits as you need to. I'm doing 3 rounds this morning because I'm a little short on time. And so I'd rather do 3 than none. If you've got time for 4 rounds or 5 rounds, go for it. I might even whip out a couple more of these later today. But just kind of know, do what you can, when you can. It's always better to do something than to do nothing. All right, welcome back. Let's gear up for those sumos. We're doing 12 of them. By the way, if you don't have a booty band and you want to make these a little harder, you can hold a weight right in front of your chest. That's a nice thing to do. I'll go ahead and add that in on this last set with my booty band. Hi, Shams. All right, so here we go. We're going to go 12. So step wide, step together. That's 2. And 3. Last couple here. And because I'm feeling it, I'm throwing in 2 for a bonus. Yes! We want to feel the burn. Or at least I do. And you should too. Alright, so we're moving into our rows. I'm going to go back to the dumbbells. You can stick with the band if that's what you're using. Bend your knees, flat back. Here we go, rows. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. That's my Coach Shams, checking out everybody's form, making sure we're doing it right. All right, last set of tap, tap push-ups. Here we go, keeping our chest and shoulders strong and core. Tap, tap, do your push-up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, hi baby, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, these are getting harder for me, hopefully they are for you too, and 12. Press outs are next. So just to show you what that would look like with 2 dumbbells instead of 1, if you've got little guys, hold them together where they touch. Remember, if you're doing a band, you're just doing the upright row. Here we go. Bring them up, press out, lower down. This one's 2, 3, 4, control your movement, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last 3 coming up, 11, and 12. Awesome. Moving from press outs into curls. Dumbbells or band, your choice, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, bench dips are next. You know what you gotta do here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and extend all the way at the top. 6, 8, 10, and 12. Thanks for the support, Shammy. All right, last set of scissors, unless you're doing a couple of extra rounds, and honestly, I hope you are. All right, here we go. You know the drill on these two. Keep that back flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nice job. So if you are carrying on, awesome. Just keep doing what we've been doing. Do a set of sumos, a set of rows, tap, tap push-ups, shoulder press outs, bicep curls, tricep dips, and abdominal scissors. So the circuit's hitting every muscle group, obviously. I would recommend doing 4 or 5 sets if you've got the time and energy. And if you don't, and you've done 3 with me, congratulations, that's fantastic. All right, hydrate if you need to, and let's get stretched. So, I like us to stretch out every single muscle group that we used. Starting with the legs, that's what we actually stretched and strengthened during sumo squats. You got a lot of it. So we'll go ahead and do quadriceps first. Reach back, grab the foot or ankle, tuck your tailbone, pull your leg back and up. I want you to feel it on the front of your thigh. Remember, you can hang on to something if you need to. Switch sides. Make sure you're feeling it on the front of your thigh. Make whatever adjustments you need to so that you feel it in the right spot. And then I want you to take your legs wide. Go ahead and lean forward. See if you can get your hands to the floor. Bend one knee, stretch out that inner thigh. Awesome. Other side. You stretched them a little in your sumos, but you need to stretch more. And then go ahead and just kind of walk your feet together. You're already folded forward. Relax your neck, straighten your legs to stretch your hamstrings. Then bend your left knee, keep your right leg straight. Straighten your left knee, bend your right knee. Have them both straight again. And then come on back up. Then we did rows, that's for the back. So let's bring an arm in front of us, pull it across. You should feel the stretch behind your shoulder blade and in the back. Do the other side. Then we did tap push-ups, which is shoulder stabilization as well as chest. Interlace your fingers behind your back, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the arms, lift the chest. And if you have a wall or a counter or anything that you can put a hand on, put your hand on it, keep your elbow bent, twist away from your hand, a little bit more of a chest stretch. And then do your other side. We already did shoulders, the fingers interlaced. And then we did biceps. So press your arms out to the side, flex your wrists. Reach the arms back. Keep those arms totally straight until you feel your biceps stretching. Then we did tricep dips. So let's stretch our triceps. Bend an elbow and touch between your shoulder blades. And then use your other hand to grab that elbow and slightly pull until you feel the back of the arm stretch. Other side. Excellent. And then finally, we did side scissors for our core. And by the way, holding that plank for your tap push-ups also works your core. So interlace your fingers, push your palms up towards the ceiling, arch back slightly, but don't compress in the low back. Hold up for breath, and then come all the way up. So you're vertical, lean to your right. I'll mirror you. And then come back up and lean to your left. And that's it. So, you know what I'm gonna say, because I always say it, right? Give yourselves a hand, pump your fist, high five yourself. You did it. Oh, and don't forget, pat yourself on the back too. You did it. You did another circuit, a good full body circuit, and you can be very proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. So have a fantastic day, and we'll meet back here again soon for another workout.